Hello, beautiful, brave soul family here. So good to see you. Shawna L. Francis. Today is October 6th, 2022. Thanks for joining for the Ascension Daily Update. Melchizedek came through again this morning with some pretty heavy-hitting stuff. I'm still processing this stuff, and I get to just do this in real time with all of you. Somehow you're all a part of this, and our family is going to be growing, I believe. Today I am lovingly holding the emerald green heart here from one of our Army of Light members. That was a gift to me, so thank you so much. I am loving this today, and it's helping me process and be grounded and to stay in love and to go with the flow and trust. I'm putting a lot of pressure on this little guy today, but it's a tough channeling today. Another 18 and a half minutes, just like yesterday, 18 and a half minutes. There's a lot to talk about here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get into it. For all of you who are new, welcome to this channel. We're putting out a specific energetic frequency here that are drawing together members of the Lightworker community here on the planet. Galactic Federation of Light aligned. We've got Melchizedek and Cryon coming in. We've got all kinds of star seeds who are in this group. We're collectively known as the Army of Light Earth Division. Many of us who are watching these videos here and are part of this team, we've worked together before in very close capacity in other ways, and we've trained for these missions together. And I know how that sounds, but I think for many of you this is going to ring true. And as always, guys, if something isn't ringing true for you, if something is out of alignment with your energy, always have discernment, not just with my channeling and my information, but anything out there that you are reading, watching, listening to, talking about, talking with other people in real time. There's so much going on. There's so much misinformation. There's so much fear out there. And we've got to be conscious and aware of what we're consuming in terms of media, social, all these things. I'm trying to be just kind of laser focused on getting these daily videos out. I'm not spending a lot of time on my computer. I'm not on Facebook much these days. Thanks everybody who's on my Facebook group. I'm keeping that alive. I'm just really trying to be streamlined here and giving as much attention as possible to these videos and to meditation and to this routine that Melchizedek has me on. I'm really trying to adhere to that. So it only leaves for a few hours a day of free time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just get into this, guys. There were some nice pleasantries, as always. There's so much love coming from these beings for all of us. A love that's just hard to even comprehend. But they said, now on to the business at hand. We talked recently about the 3 months to the 3 years in terms of seeing a major sea change toward love here on the planet for humanity as a species. Was this yesterday's video? I believe it was. 3 months to 3 years, major sea change. So this isn't happening in 20 years. Thank God, right? We've got something tangible here. The guides very, very seldom have given me any kind of date ranges because there's so much that's out of their control. Truly, we are leading this. We are in control of what happens here. Yes, we are moving through a high vibrational field here. The planet is, the solar system is, and it's definitely having a major impact. And they said by the time we get through this field of high vibrational energy, this process will be done. Nobody really knows how long that's going to take exactly. But we have today, we have this moment, we have each other, and there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. So let's just go for this. They said, what will this be doing to the dark? What happens when all of this love begins to swell and grow and move to take over? The dark will be working so tirelessly to counterbalance this. They are not going to just roll over and allow the light to take what they feel is theirs. The Galactic Federation of Light. If you haven't seen any of my channeling, guys, I did 100 days in a row with them. It's been a while now. I think I quit doing that a year ago. But really good information about this kind of thing. They're not going quietly. Thousands upon thousands of years, the negative reptilians have staked a claim here. They are fighting for what they feel is theirs. They are not going quietly. They're not going quietly. This harkens back to the idea that this is a battle. It's a battle of consciousness. It's a battle of perception. It's a battle between fear and love. It's a battle within ourselves. It's a battle as a collective. A bit more information on the counterbalancing of the energies. We, meaning those of us aligned to the positive and the light, will be leading the offensive. We will not be waiting for them to lower the frequency even further. We're going on the offensive, guys. We're not going to be kind of acting in defense mode here. We're going to be taking action, and we're doing this now. We're doing this now. We are coming in strong and hard in solidarity with high vibration. This will mean that they will have to play catch up with us. This will make it very difficult for them to grow their fear-based initiatives. All right, that makes sense. However, they are expecting this. They're expecting us. They're expecting this light. But they do not know the degree to which the momentum of this light will increase in the coming months and years. They're feeling pretty sure of themselves in this moment. They don't believe that humanity has the capacity to override the program that has been in place for so very long. They are mistaken, according to Melchizedek. And then they go on here. It is critical for all light workers to remain steadfast in the love as the dark work tirelessly to keep humanity down, keep you unaware, unenlightened, and asleep. So obviously I have a very personal situation here with my mission, with negative reptilian energy. It was early on in my awakening 4 years ago. It was almost 4 years ago to the month. It was just like four years ago, a few weeks ago. And around this time, early October, 4 years ago, Archangel Metatron was coming through and was working with me every day to help awaken me and get me on board here and online with the program. And he said, this is your mission. Your mission is to help emancipate negative reptilian energy from the planet. And I'm beside myself. I'm freaking out about this. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. There's no way I got this right. But they have been absolutely consistent. All of my guides have been consistent. They said this is a very big job. Obviously, if you've watched some of my recent stuff with this whole Ark of the Covenant and the unveiling of more of my mission and my background, which ties me to the reptilians, I have some massive karma to balance here when it comes to the reptilians. And this is, so I'm really starting to understand this further, and it's freaking me out a little bit. I mean, I'm going to be okay. It's always like every step I kind of freak out, and then I get used to it, and then I'm okay. They said here the most notable strikes of the dark will include fear-based tactics, deception, deceptions, and even mind control. The mind control will have little to no impact on those who are awake to the larger plans playing out. Mind control. This phrase was used by the Galactic Federation of Light here early on in my channeling. Mind control. Always I put these things on a shelf because I'm like, okay, is this for real? And usually I get more clarity around these things and more understanding. So now we have Melchizedek coming in talking about this as well. It does seem very hard to believe, but I mean, there's a lot of sources out there that talk about this. But for some, they continue, they will succumb to this because it has not hit their conscious awareness that they are in choice. But in the near term, the goal will be to awaken as many people as possible to these truths. You know, it's becoming clear just how important the idea of freedom and sovereignty is for us. Not just for us light workers, but for everybody who walks on this planet. I think the depth and the breadth of the influence from the negative reptilians is just, it's something that we just barely can comprehend this. I think we can barely comprehend it because it's just so, it sounds so far-fetched. It's so far-fetched. And look at all the other things that have gone around with, you know, conspiracy theories around reptilians and such. I mean, I'm really going to only be listening to my guides specifically on what this means and what this is. I don't think there's a lot of folks out there talking about reptilians right now. Maybe there are. I'm really not going to be partaking in any of it. I don't want any part of it. I want to really just be focused on what my team is saying and what they have said up to this point. Because I just think it's just gonna be such a trigger for people. And here they go on. Shawna, you will be a mouthpiece here for the larger collective, which includes those of us on the other side of the veils. This will put you in a position where you must be strong. You must be grounded and rooted in your mission. I'm already a mouthpiece. I'm already doing this work here. I think things are going to heat up. I think we're going to, I don't really know what's going to happen. This puts me in a position where I must be strong, grounded, and rooted in my mission. Okay. You must be confident in these messages. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling grounded in this. I'm feeling ready for what may be coming here, but they go on. And this is where I started to kind of cry this morning. This stuff just, it gets me right to my soul center. There will be many who will want to dismantle you, cut you down, and make you obsolete. This is all part of the game plan and is expected and will be counterbalanced. Shawna, more than ever, you will need conviction, deep, deep, unconditional love, and a faith and a trust in us. What you'll have to say will not be easy for most people to hear. But for those who need to hear and understand you, they will. Let it be so. And he said, Shawna, do you understand this? And I said, I'm starting to understand this. I think so. We've got the army of light on the other side of the veil. We've got the A-team of the guides here. I feel like I can do this. I feel like I can do this. And I have such an amazing support system here with all of you, with my family, friends, really, really deep relationships. And I'm so grateful for that. I definitely couldn't do this alone. I don't feel alone. I feel really supported and loved. Then they kind of talk about you guys. There may be a great cost to you, Shawna, and to your followers in the short term. But as this situation plays itself out on this high-stakes game of Ascension, the truth shall be known and understood, and you'll be revered for your bravery. You will leave a legacy. Yeah. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And I'm crying at this point this morning, and I'm like, okay, Melchizedek, thank you. Can you please tell me more about what you mean in terms of great cost? What does that mean in the short term? And they said, this is a world in transition. This is a world in change. Many will view this as pure chaos and will be looking for somebody to blame. There will be easy scapegoats in this game. That all rhymed. You may be one of them for a handful of people, you and those who follow you. Are you guys ready for that? Being ridiculed, disrespected, torn down, called crazy, blamed for the problems that are being perceived here by those who are not ready to know these truths. You will be facing great anger and great fear and attacks, personal attacks, Shawna. Yeah, you know, many years ago, Metatron did talk about this to me as well, and I think even the Galactic Council back in the day. I don't know to what level. I really don't. You know, we're pretty small and tight here in terms of the viewership, the subscribers. When you think of YouTube land, you know, we've got a nice sizable, you know, amount of people on our team, but it's small compared to a lot of the other channelers out there, a lot of other people spreading similar types of messages in our genre here. I imagine, you know, I imagine that there could be information that will be coming through that will be more targeted or more specific to the reptilian influence, and some of this stuff could go viral. I've got an interview coming up next week, may or may not happen. I've been trying to schedule this interview for a while. This is a guy that's got a lot of followers. He may or may not want to put me on his show. You know, there's things like that that are percolating. It's just so hard to tell. We'll be ready. But again, we say there will be a time when the truth will be revealed and your work will come to be respected. This is the best way forward. It is the only way forward with the species who is moving up an evolutionary ladder. There are many moving pieces to the situation at hand, Shawna, and we will say again, it is very important that you follow our advice to a T, and that you take this mission very serious, and we know that you do. And then they went quiet, and that was it. That was it for today. All right, so there's a lot to digest, and it speaks directly to all of you who are a part of this group, feeling drawn to these energies. I have a sneaking suspicion that many of you here drawn to these energies also have some kind of alignment in your mission toward the negative reptilian energy. The GFL said this one time in one of my early videos about, you know, us kind of sharing, you know, having this in common. I have no idea if you guys resonate with that at all. But something to consider here. I really can't say what's coming. I mean, really, with these daily videos, we are looking at just being hyper-focused in the moment in this one particular day. What we don't want to do is what I don't want to do is get really worked up about the future and what's coming. I am really excited about the future. I really am. So, I've been in training for 200,000 years for this, and it's go time. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, team, for everything. Thanks for all your subscriptions, your comments. I'm reading most of them. Just haven't had a chance to respond yet, but I do plan to do that. I love all of you, and I will see you all tomorrow.